Yo, what is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another episode of Earl Sports Bets. And today we have a good-sized college basketball slate for you guys. A lot of games, and there was a lot of value on this slate, but I did cut off a couple games, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 games that I have played. Or that I have plays on that have value of 5 points or higher when I wrote it down. So this slate, there was another, I think, 4 or 5 plays that were 4 or higher, but I thought the 5s are good for today, seeing that there's 13 plays. So let's get right into it here. We do have a couple of 12 o'clock games that we are going to have plays on. There's a decent amount of 12 o'clock games. We have St. John's starting off with. We're starting off with St. John's heading to Creighton. 13-point spread minus 1100 for Creighton, plus 700 for St. John's, and we are looking at Creighton here minus 13 points. Creighton. I'm trying to find it right here. Yep, right here. My model has them winning by 18.8 points, creating 5.8 points of value on this slate. And there's a ton of value on this slate. So all these plays that I'm giving out are at least a unit and a half play for me. So a lot of good plays for today's slate. Creighton minus 13 is the first one we're starting off with. Next we have Wake Forest heading to Duke. 14-point spread minus 1300 for Duke, plus 790 for Wake Forest. And Boston College played Duke really close the other night, and I think this could be a similar looking game. My model has Duke winning this game by 8.2 points, creating 5.8 points of value on Wake Forest here at plus 14. I'm not looking at that plus 790, but I am looking at the plus 14 here. I think Wake Forest can keep it closer than that, and definitely cover this pretty big spread against Duke today. Next, we have Miami heading to Raleigh to take on NC State. 6.5-point spread minus 280, run back of plus 235, and this NC State team could put up a nice game here today. As 6.5-point favorites, I'm going to go with NC State. Let me click that. Yep. My model has them winning by 12.2 points, creating 5.7 points of value on this line. So NC State looking like a good bet here versus Miami. And I believe that's all the 12 o'clock games we have. Next we have a couple 2 o'clock games. So we're going to head all the way down to the 2 o'clock games here, starting with Idaho State here against Northern Arizona. 1-point spread now, minus 117, run back of minus 103. And this is our best value play of the day. This is a major value here. Idaho State minus 1. My model has them winning by 8.1 points, which creates a solid 7.1 points of value on this line. Top value play of the day, Idaho State. Potentially a 2.5 unit play for me. And the other 2 o'clock game is, if I can find, there it is. Maine heading to NJIT. It's an 11.5-point spread. Let me find it here. Yep. I originally had it written down at 12, but I am totally okay with that. We're going minus 11.5 here for NJIT. My model has them winning by 17.3 points, creating 5.8 points of value on this line. So another great value here. We're looking at NJIT minus 11.5 to blow out Maine here at 2 o'clock. Next, we have a 3 o'clock game. Let's find it. Washington heading to Cal. 2.5-point spread, minus 145 for Cal, plus 125 for Washington. And this is we're going to take the dog here, plus 2.5, and we're looking at plus 125 on the money line. My model has Washington winning this game by 3.7 points. So we are getting 6.2 points of value on the plus 2.5, and we're getting 3.7 points of value on that plus 125. So lots of value here on the Huskies. We're looking at Washington here, plus 2.5, and on the money line versus Cal. Next, we have the 4 o'clock games. All right. Starting with... we have one 4 o'clock game. And it's Western Michigan heading to Kent State is a 10-point spread. Yep, still 10. Minus 600 for Kent State, plus 460 for Western Michigan. And we are looking at Western Michigan here to keep it within double digits and cover a plus 10 point spread, or plus 10 spread. My model has this game more like a one possession game, has Kent State winning by 3.7 points, creating 6.3 points of value on this line. So we are looking at Western Michigan plus 10 points against Kent State. All right, let's see. We got a 5 o'clock game, 2 5 o'clock games, 3 5 o'clock games, a 7 o'clock game, a 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and that's it, yeah. All right, let's head down to the 5 o'clock games where we have, here's our first one here. Ball State heading up to Buffalo and our 6-point dogs versus the Bulls. Minus 285 for Buffalo, plus 240 for Ball State. And this is, my model has this as a pick'em. Has it as a pick'em. So we're going, has it as Buffalo winning by basically 0.3 points. So we are looking at the plus 6, and I'm probably going to look at that plus 240 as well. You're just getting a lot of plus money here for a game that should be more towards of a coin toss pick'em game, and you're getting plus 240 on a coin toss. I would love that. We are looking at Ball State plus 6 and plus 240 versus Buffalo. Next, we have Kentucky heading to Florida. 4.5 point spread, minus 195, plus 170. And Kentucky has looked bad this year. They just haven't looked good. They've been struggling. And I think that continues today. We're going to go with Florida here, minus 4.5. We're going with the Gators. My model has them winning by 9.6 points, creating 5.1 points of value on this line. Florida coming off of a bad loss against Alabama. I think this is a bounce back spot for them against a struggling Kentucky team. So give me the Gators here, minus 4.5 versus Kentucky. And let's find the last 5 o'clock game, which is right here. Sam Houston State heading to Central Arkansas, 1.5 point underdogs against Central Arkansas. And we are looking at Sam Houston here at the plus 1.5. I would look at the money line, but there's no money line posted right now. My model has Sam Houston State winning this by 3.8 points. So we're getting 5.3 points of value on this line for Sam Houston State against Central Arkansas, which is actually one of the lower values on the day, but still a 1.5 unit play for me, like all these are, other than the ones that are 6 points or higher with value. So we're looking at Sam Houston State plus 1.5 today. All right, we have 1, 2, 3 more games to go over. We have one more 5 o'clock game, which I skipped over. Whoops. We have Tennessee Martin heading to Belmont to play the Belmont Bears. And we are looking at Belmont here, minus 19. I had it written down at minus 19.5. This could easily be a 20-point game, 30-point game for Belmont. They are a very strong team. And my model has them winning by 25.7 points. So we're getting 6.7 points of value on this line. So definitely something I'm looking to jump on with a 2-unit play for me for Belmont, minus 19 points versus Tennessee Martin. And now we have a 6 o'clock game and a 7 o'clock game to go over. Our 6 o'clock game is right here. Nichols State hosts Southeast Louisiana, 9.5 point spread. No money line up yet for this game. We're looking at Southeast Louisiana plus 9.5 though. My model has Nichols State winning by 3.2 points. So we are looking at 6.3 points of value on this line. So probably a 2-unit play for me as well for Southeast Louisiana against Nichols State tonight at plus 9.5. And then finally we have our last game of the day, 7 o'clock. We have, where is it? Here we go. Georgetown Hoyas travel to the Syracuse Orange up to the Carrier Dome as a 10-point dog. Minus 560 for Syracuse, plus 440 for Georgetown. An old Big East rivalry here. Should be a fun game. And I'm gonna take the points here. I'm gonna take Georgetown plus the 10 points against Syracuse tonight. My model has Georgetown losing by only 3.8 points, creating 6.7 points of value on the slate. My second highest value play on the day. So we are looking at the Georgetown Hoyas here, plus 10 versus Syracuse. All right, let's quickly go over our plays, and then we're going to wrap up this video. All the way up to the 12 o'clock games, we have Creighton minus 13 versus St. John's. We have Wake Forest plus 14 versus Duke. We have NC State minus 6.5 versus Miami. We go down here. We have Idaho State minus 1 versus Northern Arizona. We have NJIT minus 11.5 versus Maine. We have Washington plus 2.5 and the plus 125 money line against Cal. We have Western Michigan. Wow. Plus 10 versus Kent State. We have Ball State plus 6 and that plus 240 versus Buffalo. Florida minus 4.5 versus Kentucky. Belmont minus 19 versus Tennessee Martin. Sam Houston State plus 1.5 versus Central Arkansas. We have Southeast Louisiana plus 9.5 versus Nichols State. And Georgetown plus 10 versus the Syracuse Orange. That's going to just about do it for this video. If this information was helpful to you guys at all, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe down below. We have daily content on this channel for a wide range of sports, from the NFL, college basketball,